Men falling at the feet of beauties, a life shining under spotlights, and a sea of jewels. It seems that Marilyn Monroe's real life was just like that. However, the everyday reality outside the cameras and the stage is a different story altogether. Yes, the Hollywood blonde was fortunate enough to achieve success and garner the title of the most beautiful American woman of the 20th century. She was surrounded by lovely jewelry pieces, exquisite attire, even in the final days of her earthly journey. Yet true feminine happiness eluded the life of the cinema goddess. It couldn't be replaced even by the richest gifts and the world's finest stones. The notion that diamonds are a girl's best friend was learned from perhaps the most ironic and brilliant scene in cinema. By expertly performing the titular song in the film Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Marilyn Monroe not only made this phrase iconic but also turned it into an unshakable motto for many self-respecting beauties. Surprisingly, the primary sex symbol of the 1950s couldn't boast of a rich personal collection of precious accessories and, in her everyday life, made do with ordinary costume jewelry. Let's recall all the most famous jewelry of the star and discuss how the legendary screen diver managed to maintain the image of a glamorous platinum blonde, bathing not only in the attention and compliments of wealthy men, but also in numerous diamonds. Marilyn's aspirations led her to Hollywood, where she transformed into the iconic Marilyn Monroe. When her star began to rise, diamonds took a prominent place in her life. Marilyn first experienced high-quality diamonds in 1946, when she signed her first contract with 20th Century Fox. The studio executives gifted her a stunning diamond bracelet, which served as her introduction to the world of exquisite jewelry. As we've noted, Marilyn Monroe's precious collection was quite modest. However, the actress possessed at least two particularly valuable pieces. One of them was an engagement ring with 35 baguette-cut diamonds, gifted by her second husband, Joe DiMaggio, in 1954 on their wedding day. Marilyn and the American baseball player met in 1952 at a small Italian restaurant on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. A year earlier, the center fielder for the New York Yankees, DiMaggio, noticed a photograph of the young actress standing with two other baseball players and was simply enchanted. The athlete contacted the star himself and proposed to meet. 2 years later, they got married. Unfortunately, the marriage was unsuccessful. The couple separated just 8 months later, citing difficulties with trust and jealousy. It is said that the famous scene with Marilyn's skirt lifted up in the air was the final straw. Despite this, the actress treasured DiMaggio's gift. After Monroe's death, the jewelry was auctioned twice. In 1999 at Christie's auction in New York, the ring with one missing diamond sold for $772,500, and in 2011 at the Profiles in History auction, it was valued at $420,000. Another genuine gem in her collection was a 16-inch Mikimoto pearl necklace, also gifted by DiMaggio as a wedding present during their honeymoon in Japan. Unlike the engagement ring, Marilyn continued to wear this accessory even after parting ways with her husband. Not surprisingly, as the 44 Akoya pearls used in the piece are considered the epitome of perfection in the pearl industry, and the founder of the jewelry brand, Kokichi Mikimoto, is hailed as the Pearl King. After the divorce, Marilyn eventually gave the necklace to her friend Lee Strasberg. Eventually, the piece was returned to its creator, the Mikimoto Company, and is regularly exhibited at various events. In off-screen photographs, Marilyn Monroe could occasionally be seen wearing a necklace made of uncut amber and earrings made of rock crystal. However, it seems that the pearl gift from her husband struck such a chord with the screen diva that pearl accessories firmly established themselves in her life. And although not all pieces in her collection were equally valuable, pearls perfectly complemented the porcelain tone of the actress's skin and added the finishing touch to creating the most feminine image. Marilyn loved to wear items in the form of chokers, long strands in one or several rows, adorn her scarves with pearls, and various earrings in the form of simple studs or extravagant massive drops. Perhaps, alongside pearls, Marilyn Monroe's jewelry box always contained ring-shaped earrings. This simple yet striking form is always appropriate, guarding against stylistic missteps, and Marilyn's hair length was perfectly suited for such a model. The variety of sizes and designs of ring earrings makes them suitable for almost any face shape and keeps them relevant for many years. Filigree diamond chokers were another favorite of Marilyn Monroe. These necklaces, distinguished by elegant and rich metalwork adorned with diamonds, complemented her neckline and gave her image a vintage charm. But the main part of Marilyn Monroe's image for the general public was, of course, diamonds. At premieres, receptions, and parties, Hollywood promoters diligently cultivated the image of a high society girl adorned with diamonds. It was Marilyn Monroe who became the first movie star to appear in public wearing jewelry rented from famous jewelry houses, thus promoting them. In the eyes of the general public, the screen diva was considered the owner of an impressive jewelry collection, which included diamonds of almost every color. In addition, the American Academy of Jewelry Arts awarded the actress a special honorary diploma as the best friend of diamonds. And the most dazzling piece of jewelry was the 24-carat Moon of Baroda diamond, the unique lemon yellow diamond Moon of Baroda, with an amazing history. The actress wore it during the premiere of the film Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. It was in this film that Marilyn's famous song was heard, in which she asserts that diamonds are a girl's best friend. The Moon of Baroda diamond is considered one of the oldest pieces of jewelry in the history of cinema. At the time of filming, it was over 500 years old. The Gemological Institute of America, GIA, determined that the stone was mined between the 15th and 17th centuries. It was found in India, in the diamond mines of Golconda, where magnificent, transparent, naturally pure diamonds resembling crystals were mined. Not less than 20 known precious stones originate from this legendary place. The incredibly transparent stone of a whimsical yellow color was found near the city of Hyderabad. Initially, the diamond weighed 25.95 carats. Then it was taken to the Western Principality of Baroda, where it was given the antique pear shape weighing 24.04 carats, perfectly suited for the headwear of Indian nobility. Impressive weight loss considering the historical cutting technique. For most of its nearly 500-year history, the Moon of Baroda diamond was owned by representatives of one of the most powerful royal dynasties of India, the Maharajas of the princely state of Gaikwad Baroda. They are the ones who gave their name to this amazing diamond. The dynasty ruled eastern India from the early 18th century until 1947. The Moon of Baroda diamond was enveloped, as is customary in the history of the most expensive and luxurious jewelry, in myths and legends. One legend mentioning this stone says that its owner should beware of water. Rivers, lakes, seas, as according to tradition, that's where it could be in danger. This legend greatly troubled one of the owners, the Maharajas. In the mid-1700s, the diamond was gifted to Empress Maria Theresa of Austria, the mother of Marie Antoinette. However, after the untimely death of the Empress, the Habsburgs returned the Moon of Baroda diamond to the Gaikwad family. According to some accounts, this was due to the legend surrounding the stone. It was because of this legend that the Moon of Baroda diamond constantly returned to its original owners, in India. After the First World War, the diamond was sold to an unknown buyer and disappeared for 2 decades. By the 1940s, the Moon of Baroda found itself in America, in the hands of the renowned diamond cutters Diamantaire from Cleveland. Then, in 1953, it was sold to Meyer Rosenbaum, the president of the jewelry company, Meyer Jewelry Company in Detroit. It was Meyer Rosenbaum who suggested to Hollywood sex symbol Marilyn Monroe to wear the Moon of Baroda diamond on a simple yet elegant and sturdy leather cord during the promotional tour of the film Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. "It's magnificent!" Marilyn Monroe exclaimed admiringly as she looked at the luxurious stone. It was the largest diamond she had ever worn. Then, for a period, the Moon of Baroda diamond disappeared from view until it was sold for $297,000 to a private collector at an auction in New York in 1990. What was your favorite piece of jewelry?